SEN Spirit Jared with you right across the southwest, and it's now time to catch up with the team from Reading and SW1 Homes. I've got Josh and Shannon in the studio with me this morning. How are you, team?
Morning,
fantastic,
Jared.
mate.
Great to have you on board, and always like to start these interviews by having a chat around the two brands, Reading and SW1 Homes. And Shannon, you always do a great job of explaining this.
Yes, we've got the two products here in the southwest under the Scott Park Group. We've got SW1 Homes, which is an awesome product for either a first home buyer or an investor, someone looking to not make a whole lot of changes to the floor plans and the designs that we've got. We can build these super quick. And we've even finished the designer schemes for clients. They don't actually have to do a pre-start if they don't want to. They can pick from one of 3 designer schemes that we've made. And then we also have the Reading product, which is awesome for clients who are maybe onto their second home or they're looking to build their forever home. They might be quite fussy, well not fussy, but they really know what they want in a design. They've got the ability to customise and choose their floor plan and make changes as they wish for the Reading product.
And I think you're allowed to be a bit fussy when it's probably the
Absolutely.
biggest investment you'll ever make
Totally.
in your life, especially if it's your forever home. So you can go and see the team at Reading and SW1 Homes, depending on your brand. Today we're going to talk a little bit about blocks, and this is probably one thing we haven't touched on too much, and not understanding the blocks, because they come in all shapes, sizes, heights, types of soils as well. And Josh, there's a lot to think about when choosing the block.
Absolutely, there really, really is. As we know, obviously being in the industry, a cheap block isn't necessarily a perfect block. There's always so many considerations we've got to make as a part of our process when we're working with a client. Things like the soil type, what's actually happening on the block in terms of slope. Are there rocks under the dirt that we can't see? Is it near bushfire? Where's your power and where are your services, et cetera, located? These are all considerations that we've obviously got to be aware of. And so as a part of our process, as a part of our assistance to you guys as the customers, is to actually work with you, meet your block, run through a proper site assessment and provide you all the information you need to make that informed and educated decision.
Yeah, I think that's it's not to scare people off about going for these blocks. It's just being aware that there's things that we don't always know until we dig a little bit deeper. And I guess that's the beauty of going with a project builder. We've probably built something in that area before and have a pretty good idea of the site works of the region. And that's something you can come in and have an absolutely obligation-free chat to us about if you are considering a block in a certain area.
Because it can be a scary thing. We just mentioned it then, that this could be the biggest investment you make in your life, or probably will be the biggest investment building a home. So it's not to scare off, it's more to have a chat around making sure everything is correct. And I guess then the flip side of that is then we look into what actually fits on the block, because not every house fits on every block, and not every block fits every house, if that makes sense, Shannon.
Yeah, absolutely. I think people walk into the display homes across any of the villages in the southwest and fall in love with the homes, which they're beautiful homes and they're on nice, beautiful, even blocks with wide frontages. And I guess it's thinking about that process early on and engaging the builder. If there's a particular design you like or a particular block you really like, making sure they do marry up, because if you go down the path of buying a block and then you come to select the design and it might not fit, so it's really about engaging early with the builder. Would you agree, Josh?
Absolutely. And that's the thing, obviously, building across the southwest, whether it's a brownfields infill block or if it's an estate block, each area has different requirements. We often see it in your estates that you have what's called covenants or design guidelines, and these are sort of the rules and regulations that stipulate how and what you can actually build on your block. And so with our team of sales consultants, because we obviously have built a lot of homes in a lot of these different areas, you'll find that we actually do have the knowledge, the know-how and the expertise to be able to guide you effectively on these requirements to ensure not only do we actually build to suit the block with orientation and bits and pieces, but we also hit your needs and your wants list and tick off everything that you want in your home.
Yeah, and complying to 7-star as well, I think
Huge.
really,
Huge.
We wouldn't expect a client. I mean, I wouldn't understand that, and I've been in the industry 5 years. Quite often I have to go to Josh or an experienced consultant to ask and really know if that even can work.
And again, it's not to scare people.
No.
It's to make sure people will come and have a chat first, because you're basically saying that before you buy the block, if you want to know a little bit about it and what your costs are going to be, because you might be buying a block for, let's just throw a figure, 100 grand out there, but then you need 50 grand of site works, where you can go buy a block that is 120 grand and might need 10 grand of site work. So you come out in, so that is the conversation that that the team at Red Ink and SW1 Homes can help you out with. And I guess then we look at these prices and we think, wow, this is great, but not a lot of people might know what's included and what's not included in that as well.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, and if we just take our SW1 brand, for example, we've sort of got 3 tiers of pricing. So the same home design can be finished to 3 different levels. I guess that's just something for people to be aware of when they see prices listed in the market. What actually does that include? Because it doesn't always include things like flooring, blinds, painting. Yeah, and what appliances are included in the home. There's so much variation between the builders. But I mean, any builder worth their salt will be happy to give you an itemised list of what is included. Both of our brands and all of our product has a really detailed spec sheet, we call it, so clients can see exactly, what brand oven is going to be in their new home, what brand stone will be in the new home, all the details there. So I'd encourage people to always dig that little bit further. And again, just come in and have a chat. We're more than happy to have a chat, obligation free, about the whole process and what is included in the price, because we know that it is a talking point for people. The cost of living is really high, everything's getting higher, but it's always good to know what actually is included.
And I guess, Josh, no question is a stupid question, basically, because you might think it's silly when you're asking it, but you're better off.
I've asked it before. Yeah.
And I'm guilty of asking those questions before as well. But we encourage you to come in, sit down with us. No question is a stupid question. We're more than happy to sit down and provide fully itemised quotes with you and break down, explain everything, and obviously make sure that you've got all the information possible to make the right decision.
Fantastic. We're again not trying to scare anyone, just trying to get to the nitty-gritty of building a home and making the process a lot easier from start to finish, and that's where the team from Red Ink and SW1 Homes can help you out. Shannon, where can we find you one more time for those who might be wanting to come and have a look at the showrooms?
Yeah, so SW1 Homes in between Rebel Sport and JB Hi-Fi in the Homemaker Centre in Bunbury. Red Ink Homes, we have 2 offices. Our Bunbury one is 5 Warehouse Street, just behind Bunnings, and then we also have a little hub in Busselton on the corner of Kent and Queen Street. So yeah, feel free to come into either and have a chat, or you can look us up online.
Yeah, check out the socials as well. Always some great posts up there on the YouTube channel with these great videos as well. Team, thanks for joining us in the studio today.
Thanks,
no dramas
Jared.
at all.